All right, good morning, everyone. Let's get started with some breathing. Our breath is the foundation for our entire practice. We can place both hands on our stomach, and when we do this, we're putting both hands on our stomach so that we're able to feel the rise and fall of the belly with each breath. As you inhale, imagine it's like a balloon in your belly between the navel and the spine. And when you inhale, that balloon inflates, expanding 360 degrees in the body. When you exhale, soften the abdomen, soften the belly. And as you do, relax your jaw so that the breath can move up from the lungs and out of your throat. Inhaling in through the nose as much as possible, feeling the belly fill with the breath. Pause just for a moment at the top of the breath, then exhale, let it go. You could try letting it go with a big sigh. Sometimes this helps to just soften any tension that might be pent up or hiding in different parts of the body. Let's practice this for the next minute or so, breathing in through the nose, and then exhale from the throat, maybe even a sigh of relief. Now just trust the body to keep breathing all on its own. We don't need to force the breath in any way. When you're ready, let's take both knees away from the floor and we'll wrap our hands around the sides of the thighs or behind the knees. Rhythmically with the breath, exhale all the way. Inhale, let your knees rock away from the body, toes towards the floor, and then exhale, draw the knees in again. Gentle contraction on the lower tummy. Inhale, pushing the knees away, holding on behind the thighs or the knees. And then exhale, drawing the knees in. Creating just the gentlest rocking motion on the low back, hips and sacrum. When we're pulling up on that exhale, that bit of effort, introducing the gentlest bit of contraction to the lower stomach, activating the core. Inhaling, knees push away. Exhale, pull the knees in. Let's bring the knees in, hold them there. Take both hands out from the backs of your knees and place the palms directly on top of the kneecaps. Let's make some very small clockwise circles with the knees, starting with just the slightest bit of movement so that we're able to leave potential to spiral the energy out and experiment with a larger range of motion. We're doing maybe 6 to 8 large circles with the knees. After you've done maybe 6 to 8 of these, start to spiral that movement in. So we go from small to big, and then big to small, still clockwise. Bring it in to a still point. Find the breath, big inhale, big exhale. 2 more like that. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. When you're ready, small circles again, this time counterclockwise. So we're shifting to the right, circling around, starting very small, allowing that range of motion to spiral out. Eventually finding that our range of motion at its largest point will hold it there and keep circling the knees. 6 to 8 with that largest range of motion. Now spiral it in. Easy does it. Finding a still point. Let's wrap our hands behind the knees again. Pointing the toes. We'll extend the legs straight up towards the sky. Push through the heels. And now point the toes again. Let's loosen up the ankles. From here, when your body's ready, start circling the ankles out. And we could do this one at a time. You could move both ankles in the same direction. You could move the ankles like egg beaters, one clockwise, one counterclockwise. Let's go back to that point and flex, pushing through the heels, making sure that we keep a little bend in the knees. Avoid any locking out on those kneecaps. Let's point our toes. See that the feet and knees are about the width of the hips. Let's lower our feet down to the floor. Take your hands out with the palms facing down. They'll be maybe just outside your waist or up a little higher. We're placing the palms down, supporting the upper back and spine as we move into a twist. Find the breath. Exhale all the way. Inhale. Exhale, knees gently sway to the right. Push your left shoulder down into the floor and maybe drop your right knee all the way over and down to the floor. Inhaling, knees come to center. Exhale, switch over to the left with the twist. Push the right shoulder down to the floor. Maybe the left knee touches the floor. Inhale, center. Press the left shoulder back and down. Knees twist to the right. Inhaling, center. Exhale, twist to the left, pressing into the right shoulder. Keep that rhythm with the breath. The movement, the twist, paired with the exhale, can help us to maximize our range of motion and the movement of the breathing muscles can help us to support the spine with that maximum range of motion. Take your time and even it out so that you feel that you're able to do one more over on the right and one more over on the left. And there's no rush with this. When you're ready, let the knees go over to the right. Lift up your right hand and reach it across your chest so that we have the arm reaching to the left and knees twisting to the right. When you're ready, inhale, knees to center, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, knees to the left, arms to the right. I like to call this the corkscrew movement. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Head is looking at the hands. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more to each side. Relax the jaw. Exhale with those big sighs of relief. Absolutely no rush. Hands and knees to center. From here, let's take our yoga block and place it between the knees and the thighs. Pushing straight down into the sole of our feet, let's feel connected to the earth. Pressing the hands down outside the hips. On the next inhale, push down into your elbows and hands. Push into the feet and gently lift the hips, squeezing that yoga block. Exhale, lower the hips down and rest the low back. Inhale, push down into the elbows, into the hands, into the feet, and lift the hips. Exhale, let the hips come down. One more lower, one more lift. Introducing just the kindest bit of weight bearing, the kindest bit of stress into the legs. Now, if you want, add on to this. Raise your arms overhead. Hips are down on the ground. Exhale, lower the hands down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Alternating with the arms. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands go down. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Just a couple more sets. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, flow it down. Inhale, hips. Exhale, down. One more set, alternating arms and legs. The next time we find our hips on the ground, hands on the ground, let's take our yoga block and place it off to the side. Let the knees sway a little bit left and right. Go ahead and roll over onto one side. Let's breathe there at least a breath or two. When you're ready, press up using your free top arm. Let's come around into seated and have your yoga block close by. Elevate the hips just a bit. Let's take the block between the knees and the thighs. Luckily, we have mirrors. If you look straight ahead, see that your ankles are the same width as the knees. Imagine you have a second yoga block, one between your ankles and one between the knees. If the toes are close, or if the feet are narrow with the knees wide, that's a sign we're activating too much of the outer hip and putting tension in the low back. Not enough inner thigh strength. That means no spine support. So it's important to have that neutral distance between the ankles and the knees. It's actually okay if your feet are just a little wider than your knees. If we were standing, no, but since we're not standing, it's okay. Let's take our fingertips back from the hips, fingertip light on the floor, keeping the hands either just to the side or fingertips facing your feet. Lifting your heart and chest, remember to smile.
Just to get our feet down on the floor.
They might be lifted, they might be lifted. Putting the feet down on the floor, if it feels like it's a little unnatural, it could be because there's a little tightness on the shins.
What if they won't go?
And if they just say no, you just listen to your body. That's how we do it. From here, sit nice and tall, lean back a little bit. Let's squeeze that block. Start to lengthen out your right leg. So step one is to connect to the nerves to get the foot to hover. Once we get the foot to hover, we can always begin to experiment with straightening out that leg. When you're ready, slowly lower it down. Step one is connecting to the body. Lift the left leg. Maybe lift it a little higher, maybe a little higher. And now slowly let it come down. Let's keep alternating. You can match it to your breath. Just keep breathing. That's the important part, right? Keep breathing. If you feel rushed by your breath, don't worry about matching breath to movement. In more traditional yoga practices, we are like moving with the breath. What's more important is that we stay aware of what the body is doing and we just keep breathing. If you're wanting to match it, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Keep squeezing the block on the inner thighs. At any time, if you want to experiment with this, start lifting the opposite arm. Right leg, left arm. And then slowly bring it down. Left leg, right arm. And then bring it down. Take a look at the feet to see that they stay the same distance as your knees or a little wider. So keep pressing into that block. And if you want, you can push your heel a little bit out to the side. So as you squeeze in with the thighs, you're pressing out with the outer hip at the same time. This is creating dynamic tension. You have pressure in and energy out as well. It shouldn't feel easy. I just want to throw that out there. If it feels really easy, you're teaching next week.
I have a question.
Yes,
Are you supposed to feel any pressure like in your lower back?
you could feel pressure in your low back. If you do, let's see, you're scooted forward a little bit. Okay, if you do, come back more and maybe bend your elbows.
Okay.
You can even come down onto the forearms, and usually coming down like this. When you come down to your forearms, you'll be able to completely flatten your sacrum and hips. And that usually takes a lot of pressure out of the back. Does it feel better?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Doing that feels better.
Okay, good, perfect, perfect. So keep going, opposite leg, opposite arm. So even from the forearm. It doesn't necessarily make it easier when you change your position. It's still work. We are definitely though wanting to work without compromising our spines. Let's do at least a couple more on each side so that we get to even it out on the left and right. So let's do one more right leg, one more left leg. Press the heel out to the side. Heel out to the side. From here, when you're ready, both feet are down. Take the block off to the side. Let both knees sway over to the right. So you're in a Z type formation with your legs. Inhaling, bringing the arms up overhead.
Yeah.
Exhale, twist over to the right. Lowering the hands. If you want, straighten that top left leg. There you go. Slowly begin to lower down, like you're gonna do a push-up, but we're not. Because the floor is not that clean, so don't go all the way down. Keep your right hand on the floor. Inhale, push up. Take your left hand up and circle it to the front of the room. Pause, turn the palm up, push your thumb back, look over your left shoulder, and twist back. Inhale, bring it to center, and smile. Advanced version. This is a movement that is very reflective of Feldenkrais movement. Very, I don't know, exotic. Take it down. Feldenkrais. Sounds like you should dip it in coffee. Slowly come down. Right hand stays. Push up. Inhale, left arm comes up. Big circle, like you're gonna wave to the front of the room. Pause. Palm up. Bend your elbow. Take pressure off the shoulder. Push the thumb back and look over the shoulder. Inhale up to center. Check in. Big breath. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, press it up. Right hand stays. Big wave. Miss America. Palm up. Elbow bent. Push back. Look over the shoulder. From here, center. Exhale, bring it down. Hold it here. Hold it here. Right hand stays. Turn the left palm up. Weave the left palm under your right armpit. Look over your right shoulder. Don't you feel like a pretzel? A little bit? All right, good, you're doing it right. Cirque du Soleil tryout this afternoon. We're gonna see who fits in the little box. Inhale, bring it up. Big wave. Palm up. Look back. 2 more like that. Inhale, center. Exhale down, weave it through this time. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring it up, big wave. Palm up, reach back. Last one, inhale, reach, reset. Exhale, weave it through. Inhale, bring it up, big wave. Look back. Left hand to the hip. Bend that left knee in if it's not already bent. And come to center. Let's take our hands beside us for support. Walk the feet forward. Toes are forward, knees sway to the left. Go ahead and come to that side seated position. Find that Z formation in your body. Inhaling, bringing both arms up and overhead. Exhale, gentle twist over to the left this time. Both hands come down. Move nice and slow. While we're here, option to stretch out that right leg, top leg stretch. If the body is in agreement with it. Exhale, slowly come down. First time through, we want to go real slow. Keep the left hand on the floor. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Big wave. Lower it down to shoulder height, palm up. Press the thumb back and look over the left shoulder. Inhale up. Remember to smile on the reset. I know everybody gets so serious. Then exhale, bring it down. Slowly down. Inhale, press it up. Wave. Palm up. Bring it back. Don't try too hard. The more you try, the more tension it creates. It's a conundrum. Try less. Go like you're moving through water,
Sounds like golf.
right? It is, it is.
Try that.
Yes, it's like you want energy, but it needs to be really fluid, like a mountain goat. Inhale, open. Take it back. Look over your shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale down. This is where we pause. This is the new movement. We're taking our right hand up and we're weaving it under the left arm. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, come up. Big wave. Exhale, palm down and look back.
I'm up and down.
What is it?
This is done.
You know what I meant. Take it down. Exhale. Weave it through. Inhale, bring it up. Big wave. Palm up. Push back and look over the shoulder. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Weave it through. Look over that left shoulder. Inhale, bring it up. Big wave. Press back. And now hand to the waist. Bend the right knee and come to seated. Okay. So that movement, if it doesn't look familiar, watch when babies are first learning to crawl. When they're seated, playing with a toy, and then they're ready to take off, and they're like. So we're going back to the building blocks of the nervous system for natural movement. Let's come around to all fours. If there's anything on your mat, go ahead and just push it up. We can use the block to work with a unique pattern of movement to come to standing, or come up any way that you've been instructed, any way that maybe the physician or therapist has shown your body to move. Both hands may or may not be on that block. The main thing to remember is that you're able to push straight down into the block. If it's too far forward, you risk slipping and tipping forward. So straight down. Let's tuck one toe behind us and wing it out to the side. You can always inch that foot around to center. It can stay really open, or it can come directly onto your mat. Your body gets to choose. Let's tuck our back toe, and as we do, push your hips up and tilt forward. The weight is in the front leg. From here, skip that back leg forward, you're in a squat. Bring your block up with you, and celebrate good times. Let's bring the block between the knees. Looking straight ahead, just like when we were on the floor. Feet at the same distance as the knees. Web out your toes like a duck. Shift forward and back. Keep the knees really soft. Give the body a little bit of time to kind of process spatially how to balance, weight bearing, recruiting different muscles, and even noticing any parts of the feet that feel tender. Come to a still point, go to the inner and the outer blades of the feet. Avoiding excessive pressure on any tender spots. We do not subscribe to no pain, no gain in here. There's this shirt, it says, pain is how weakness leaves your body. Not true, not true. Pain is pain, let's avoid that. From here with the knees soft, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, sweep just the left arm and reach it overhead. Keep a deep bend in that elbow. Take the weight into the outer edge of the left foot. Right hand on the right hip. Inhale, open your armpit and your waist. pull up. Look over to the right and just focus on breathing into the upper part of your left lung. On the inhale, lift a little more. Exhale, it's gonna come down a little bit. 2 more. One more big breath. Exhale, left hand to the hip. Let's do it on the right side. It could feel really different. Inhale, open. Look over to the left. Exhale, let it relax. Inhale, reach. Exhale, a little bit relaxed. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, relax. Last one. And relax. Hands to the hips. Bend the knees. Lift the hips back. Hands onto the thighs. Squeeze that yoga block. Pull the elbows in by your waist. Inhale, press into the thighs and look up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Keep squeezing the block. Exhale, pull the tailbone under and then round your upper back and let the hands kind of hang in front of your body. Shake the head yes and turn the head left and right. Draw the hands up onto the thighs, inhaling flat back. 2 more times, elbows in. Inhale, push into the thighs, look up. Exhale, pull the tailbone down, pelvis manipulation, and round the upper back. Shake it all out, hanging loose like a rag doll. Hands onto the thighs, elbows draw into the waist. Flip the hips back. Inhale, lift the heart, open the throat. Exhale, tailbone tucks. It's like a dog pulling its tail. And then drop the chest, drop the head, and relax. Hands onto the thighs, hips go back. Let's take our block. Coming down to the floor. We might want to take the feet out as wide as our yoga mat, or even a little wider, coming down into a little bit of a squat. From here, inching 1 foot back, easy does it. Keep bending the front knee, pushing straight down into your block. Start bending your back knee and lift the heel. Let's lower down to the floor. We're in the same wide squat that we used to come up from the floor. Let's inch that front leg back, both knees on the floor. From here, slowly pressing the hips back towards the heels. Hands can go onto your yoga block. This is going to encourage a little more shoulder flexion, shoulder strength. The block can be at any height. The higher the block, the more it's going to encourage your shoulders to strengthen. Practice at least 3 hard exhales. Breathe in through the nose, hard exhale. Breathe in, hard exhale. At least 1 more. From here, slowly shift forward. Let's take our feet around. And if you want, have a seat on your block. So we're all up nice and high on our little perch. From here, keep your feet really comfortable. If you want, you can walk your legs away. You're even welcome to tuck one leg under and keep one knee bent if you want to experiment a little bit. We're not gonna make this about the legs. We're gonna work on the shoulders so we can loosen the thoracic spine and the neck a little bit. Let's take our hands out in front of us. Right arm over to the left shoulder. And now left hand comes around. Walk the fingertips back and let yourself kind of curl in so that you're creating this really soft C shape with your upper back. Drop the chin. Breathe into your middle back, clearing out the backs of the lungs. Stretching the shoulder blades away from the spine. It's common to feel tension or stress sometimes, kind of under your shoulder blade, connecting to your ribs. So we're just trying to kind of open that space up a little bit. When you're ready, come up. Inhale, open. Exhale, left arm on top of right. Walk the fingers back. Curl down into a little shell. Drop your chin. Breathe into the middle back. Breathe into the upper back. Inhale, come up and open. Exhale, cross it right over left. Bend the elbows. And now notice that you can play with the position of the hands. You're welcome to keep it stacked so the backs of the palms are trying to touch. And then for those of us who are curious to experiment, you can wind it all the way up and around. Usually not as easy for men. You're just built different. We are not the same. We are not the same. Your shoulders are broader, so it is a lot more to try to stretch the shoulder blades for y'all to get this type of movement. Whereas ladies, we tend to be smaller in the shoulders, so it can be a little easier for us. No matter where you are with this, push the shoulders away from the ears. Let's open up the cervical spine. Lift the elbows and press the shoulders down. Relax your jaw. Very. Relax your jaw. Good job. Option to look up, opening the throat. Big inhale. Exhale, relax everything. Open up. Big breath in. Exhale, left arm over right. Bend the elbows. Play with the position of the hands. Working with that pronator muscle. You can keep it crisscrossed here, like an eagle. No matter where you go with this, shoulders down, elbows press up. So we can even have the arms in an X. Shoulders down, elbows up. Looking up, find the breath, big inhale, bigger exhale. Big inhale, bigger exhale. Big inhale, bigger exhale. Release, inhale, open. Exhale, relax. All right, let's wrap it up with mindful breathing. Hand on the belly, hand on the heart, and lower the chin. Inhale down into the stomach. Let the breath rise to the heart and lift the chest. Exhale, relax the heart. And now pull your stomach in. Inhale, belly first, and then rise through the chest. Exhale, relax the chest. Pull in the belly. Try closing the eyes so that a little more awareness goes to feeling for the breath in the body. Less about having to see what's going on. Seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. So work on tuning into the breath, believing and trusting that your body is going to breathe optimally in the most organic way. Inhale, belly, through the ribs, up to the heart. Exhale, relax your heart, middle ribs, and stomach. At least 2 more. Big breath in. Notice how this breath can create almost a wave-like motion in the body. We're using this breath to tap into the water element. Fluidity, buoyancy, the ability to float, rise above it all. One more of those breaths. Belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, and belly. When you're ready, sit tall. Inhale, big breath in, reach it up. Exhale with a big sigh. That's the breath we started with. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, big sigh. Last one. Let's bring our hands together for closing. And from here we can bow. Namaste. All right. Remember how to get up.